Hi, this is Mark Oelze with PLEDGEtalk, a how-to for when communication really matters. I'm in the midst of a series of doing 21 communication tips on how to improve your conversations. This one is step number 18, and it's entitled Step Back for a Conversation Examination. Soon, we will all be having a lot of family time together. It's going to be a time where it's busy and hopefully fun, sometimes frustrating, but full of conversation around the table, before, during, and after we eat. Oftentimes, it will seem like everyone is talking all at once. At various times throughout the gathering that I experience with people like this, with everyone sitting around, I find myself having pulled out of what's happening around me and kind of just in a back pondering, wondering what's happening. And I find myself having a conversation examination. Asking questions like, how many conversations are there anyways around the table? Are the conversations lopsided, with only a few doing the talking and the rest listening? Or is there a lot of taking turns? What's the culture of the gathering? What's the tone I'm hearing in the conversations? Is it jovial, tense, intriguing? Who doesn't seem to be engaged in any of the conversations at all? And I wonder why. Are people genuinely listening? Are they giving others their presence? Or are they just kind of like biding their time until they can interrupt so they can talk about what they want to talk about? There are numerous questions like this that enter my mind. These are just a few. Then, after taking note of what's happening around me, I might do one of several things. I might smile to myself a bit at what all is happening. One person is interacting with another throughout the room. Longing for relationships are being expressed, whether one realizes it or not. People are attempting to communicate their thoughts and feelings, some doing better than others. Connection is being attempted and or enjoyed. And regardless of how well or poor the connections are being made, it is beautiful to really see people doing whatever they can or whatever they know to do to connect. Then I find my mind thinking things like, oh, if only so-and-so would have done this, that conversation would have gone so much deeper. Or, ouch, why did that person respond that way? Or, oh, I wish so much that that person would just stop interrupting and just listen. Or, oh, things could be so much better if that person would just pause more or validate what the other person is saying. Then I might smile at myself and say, who am I to think I know how all this is supposed to happen? And then finally, I might just refocus myself on what's happening right around me, right in front of me, and jump in somewhere to do whatever I can to bring whatever kind of life-giving impact I can in the conversation right then and there with what I know. It reminds me of the story of the two people who came upon a beach full of starfish that had been washed ashore. One person started picking up one after another to throw them back into the ocean. The other stood back rather incredulous and asked, "What are you doing? There are thousands of starfish here on the beach. You can't possibly save them all." And the other person responds back and says, "You're correct. You're correct, but I can save this one, and that one, and this one too," as she throws them back into the ocean. Listen, when we are around small groups or large groups of people like most of us will be experiencing soon, the opportunities will be all around us to better the interactions between people. Neither you or I will be able to save them all, but we can make a difference in this conversation or that one or another one. And I want to encourage you to jump in and seek to do so. So as your family soon gathers around tables to eat or in your living room, to play games or around the ball game on the big screen, take time to observe and be aware of the conversations around you. What are they like? What's the culture in the room? And where might you be able to use principles you have acquired from having been on the Pledge Talk journey this past year to add life-giving words and experiences as you seek to love those around you? The opportunities will abound, I promise you. Will you join me doing what you can as I will do what I can to love those well around us in the coming days? As I say that, I find myself smiling because I've come to know many of you quite well, and I believe you will. In fact, do just that. You will seek to love well. We will do this together. Just want to say that you bless me. Well, that's my communication tip for today. Thanks for listening, and thanks for loving. Again, I'm Mark Oelze with Pledge Talk. To learn more of these communication tips, go to community.pledgetalk.com.